we are discussing about the social objectives. Social objectives means that any business operation or any business activity that is happening in any environment, the people who are present around that business unit, the localities, the communities who are living in the vicinity of that company or business establishment should get certain benefits from that industry, as we have discussed about the CSR activities that comes under the purview of social objectives. It means that it is responsibility of the company to provide some specific type of facilities, training, development, sanitation, education, health, employment. So the people who are living in the vicinity should get certain benefit. This is the social objectives. Suppose any company that is earning good profit through the business operations, but that company is not taking care of the society, environment, the nearby people, then the prestige of that company will be under stake. The brand value would suffer. In the long run, the profitability will also be impacted negatively. So, government has earmarked certain measures for any established company. Suppose any company, if is in nascent stage, newly formed company, then these social objectives are not emphasized. But if the company is earning good profit, then these social objectives are to be taken proper care of. So the first thing that comes under the purview of social objectives is quality product. Whatever product or service is provided by any business establishment, that product or service should be of good quality. That should be acceptable. There should not be any hazardous impact on the person who are utilizing or who are availing that service. So you have to take proper care of the product that you are offering, because the person who are living in the vicinity are the first ones who are going to use your product. Suppose any company is producing soaps and they are launching in the market, so the people who are living near the company will be attracted to that product. But if the quality of the product is compromised, then in the long run that company will suffer a lot. Different types of agencies are there who are given authority by the government to examine the product and services that are offered by any company. And if your product is not up to the standard, then your license will be cancelled. So you have to take proper care. You have to be maintain your profitability as well, and you have to take care of the customers as well. Next one is price. As we have discussed in the earlier lectures, that pressure of price is immense nowadays because competition is very high. For a specific type of need, innumerous products are available in the market. Different types of companies are offering a single type of product with different types of qualities. Enhancement in the product is happening day by day. So you can't quote your price much higher or much lower to the competitive price. This pressure is very high, and you have to ensure that your product is able to fetch you proper profit as well, because without profit you will not be able to survive in the long run. You have to take care of all the business activities, all the CSR depend on the profitability of the company. So fixing the price of the product is very important. Next one is employment. Suppose any company that is going to be established in any particular area, that the people who are living in the vicinity of the company will get benefited because they will be hired for employment in that very specific company. As we have seen that in Gorakhpur Industrial Development Association, the region of GIDA in Gorakhpur, the people are hired by different types of companies that are operating in this GIDA sector. India Glycol Limited is one of the renowned company that is operating in GIDA, and India Glycol has provided employment to the youth who are having the necessary skills and proper mindset. So the employment rate of that particular region goes high if the company is operating in that very area. It is very good for personal objectives as well, social objectives as well, and organizational objective as well. So it is not the case that if any objective is mentioned under social, it doesn't come under the purview of personal and organizational. All the objectives are mutually correlated. If the personal objectives are met properly, it will provide a positive impetus to the social and organizational objectives as well. If a person is satisfied, is happy in the company, then the social and organizational objectives will be achieved very efficiently. All the objectives are interrelated. Okay. So if employment is provided, our economy will also get strength. If people are employed, they will pay tax to the government. If company is running at a profitable manner, that company will provide tax to the government, central and state both. So this will add to the GDP of our economy. Okay, so our economy will get strength. This is the case why government provide different types of hand-holding support, especially to the MSME sector. Okay, because if MSME will provide employment, they will pay tax, and in the long run, they will grow into a bigger unit. So this will provide strength to our society, our economy, and the society will also be strengthened. Next one is economic wealth. As we discussed, our economy will also get strength if the business operations are effective and efficient. Training and development. It is duty of the business unit that is operating in any particular area that business company should take proper care of the people who are less privileged, who are not capable enough to meet their basic needs. All type of help assistance is provided by the companies. Like in the corona period, different types of company took proper care of the people who are living in their vicinity. They provided them food, shelter, medicine, different types of facilities or movement as well. So there is a burning example of a company named Sri Cement that is operating in Ajmer district of Rajasthan. That company has owned that very specific area, and all type of development and sanitization activities are financed by that company, Sri Cement. So we are witnessing a very good growth and development pattern in that very specific area. This is the case with Tata, Birla, Reliance, all bigger companies. Ajit Premji, we cannot skip the name of Ajit Premji. He is contributing to the prosperity of nation. So we have to, if the youth who are living in the vicinity of the company are not skilled, it is the duty of the company under social objectives to provide them proper skill, training and development so that they can be placed, they can be hired by that company and they can be provided adequate salary. Last one is environmental conservation. Any business operation of the company should not hamper with the natural environment. If the industrial discharge is polluting our environment, then that company will suffer in the long run. Government will take proper disciplinary measures against that company. So we cannot harm our environment. If we are manufacturing any product, all the discharges that are coming out of that company should be treated properly. If we are mixing the harmful chemicals and gases into our water bodies or soil, this is the very sensitive issue. Nowadays, government is very serious regarding this. You have to ensure that there is eco-friendly measures in your company. you cannot promote development at the stake of environmental degradation, because global warming and greenhouse effect are very serious issues before us. So we have to take proper care of our environment. We have to promote sustainable development. Development should be there, but not at the cost of our environment. Okay, so the personal objectives will be discussed in the next lecture. Okay, so I am ending this discussion now. Thanks.